No, it's crazy. I need to do my sound check. And yes, I am sick. Crap. But I haven't streamed for a while, and I was like, I looked again at the schedule. It'll be Wednesdays and Fridays. And I will still be dealing with my phone refusing to to load things in. I will stay on the chat and stream. Oh my god, what happened here? It's a disaster. What layer is that? Oh, that's why. I realized earlier today that I was like, my stream overlay setup is a mess. So I've had to play around with it. And then Lobdo was like, he needed to go to the toilet. He needed to do a little piss break. Alright. Should I have a little art tax thing? I wonder. Alright. Time to inform Lobdo. Oh, wait a minute. I can just jump into his call. It's epic. Yeah. Yeah, you can. Go ahead. Well, basically, I'll just be sitting the chat again. It's just moving from one stream to the other. Yeah. Reaper's a real one. Not one of those fake fans. Yeah. Okay. Time to put the foot up. Hello, Reaper. I do whenever I say hello to people on stream, I wave my hand like an idiot. Like oh god, it's a WebP file. Ugh. I haven't had to deal with this yet because I don't typically do art tags. But just for you, Lobda, I'll do art tags. Do I need to do it as a browser source or as an image? Okay. It's not that hard to do, I don't think. There we go. And then I need to share screen. Why would I do that? I don't want to dox myself. I'm not you. Alright. That checks out. Because remember, I do you as an individual overlay thing. Haha, disembodied voice. You can do that if you want. You can put it in the Discord. Whatever you want. Also, it just occurred to me I don't think my chat overlay is working. Oh, it's scuffed. I don't know what happened with it. No. Ew. Ew, why did you wake up at 7? Yeah. You suck. Alright. Berkey. Hold on. Chat not visible. Yeah, you can send a link That's fine. I'm chill. What is it? True. Luckily, you're not streaming, so it should be fine. Oh my god, my fucking model isn't even on here. What's happening? Pro streamer indeed. Fixing the overlay on stream because I had to spend a few minutes in love this stream. Nice. I'll take a look at it off stream if Lobda sends the account to me. Because he should be able to do that. Yeah. Cheers, Ladsky. You can because I don't stream my like whole thing. Stream the window. Do you wanna shout out? No, yourself. Art text, and you have to do a bit of the work yourself. You could also just shout out anyone. What angel does that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, very nice. Lots of Genshin here. See a bit of My Hero Academia. Reaper, do you do any fan art yourself? Or are you still in the skill building grind? Oh, sorry, Nightbot, yep. You could just put it on the Discord. Because the Discord server has a promote other people section. Because I was like, I'm cool. And also just a bunch of other areas. I've deleted quite a few channels from it. You'll be pleased to know, Lobda. I don't understand why it gives you so much claustrophobia, to be honest. I like it. You can close tabs! It's a state of mind. Oh, that just means that you haven't, like, you're not staying up to date with the Discord. Just clear the notifications. It's not that hard, lad. Now you're not streaming, but I'm streaming. And you're still on the call. You're still technically like live. It's all about the mentality. I'm I'm aware of this. I don't see a therapist, but I am aware of that the brain does amazing things. I don't even know what term you're looking for. Okay. I don't know. I feel like that appears in quite a few different philosophies. It's not just old, it's just very basic. Yeah. Star Wars really wasn't that original or creative. Stephen King did that. He basically copied, like, beat for beat a Sarah J. Maas novel, and I was like, of course he did. The child probably loves that racist. Probably reads all her books. If it wasn't abundantly obvious, I do have biases. Is the books that I read. I had a solid feeling that while doing this hand, I'm going to lose my mind. I actually have. Go for it. Okay. I have a new stream overlay set up for doing writing on stream. That was what I was setting up. I've got like a, roll for sandwich. I've basically set up. You don't know roll for sandwich? You suck. Basically, the creator adventures in Ardia, he rolls a dice to choose what goes in his sandwich. So I've basically got one of those for doing little bits of writing on stream, which I'm probably going to start doing semi-regularly on Wednesdays. And then Fridays are for fishing. And then other art streams will just appear every now and again instead. I'm gonna do art still frequently, but I need the Minecraft. I need the Minecraft crutch. And then I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a creative writing major, not an art major. Not that that's like I can't do art, but just I want to think about my branding a little bit, and I should do a little bit more writing. It might be like a every second week kind of deal, but also it might just be a just order of events. Like I start off doing the main point of the stream, and then I do the next. As I don't know if you know this about me, Lobster, but I really like writing in different perspectives when I do short fiction. If you don't want to read a whole book that's written as we our, like our face is warm, you don't want to do that for a whole book, but it's so fun in short fiction. Oh, you'd be great at doing a writing degree because that's all you can do because they can't mark an entire novel. What? Oh, yeah. Sorry, you were cutting out all over the mic. Does that mean I should? That sounds like I should go to Gear's chat and be like, "Congratulations." Have you? Has it been like? Has anything been said? I'm confused. Are you in chat? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, 1K is insane. Very well deserved, though. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Uh, I do have that, but I refuse to do it on stream. I don't, hell no. Gear is very generous to be showing everyone his artistic process. Because, like, I'm okay showing bits of it, and I'm starting to get a little more familiar with, like, dropping the characters. Oh, yeah, sorry, my phone is how I read chat, and my phone keeps turning off. Also, there's been nothing in chat. Reaper said that ages ago. I read it and I went, alright, cool. Yep. Nice. What's your advice for not being sick? Yeah, it did. I need it to not last 3 weeks. To be fair, I've not done anything at all to make myself not sick. Like, actively. I've had milky tea instead of like herbal teas. And it's not like I don't have access to like herbal remedies. I have a million of them and I know how to use them. I just haven't been using them. Like an idiot. That's fair. My grandma's a nutcase, so I've had very like mixed results, but I find they tend to be a little more successful than the medication because my body has developed an immunity to some of them. Not all of them, but some of them, the actual medication just doesn't work anymore. Like Nurofen, I had Nurofen and it was like, what do you want me to do? Fuck you. Yeah, yeah. Mm. When my grandma came down last, I was wearing a t-shirt and she was like, what the fuck? Because she's from up north where it's a bit warmer. I'm not sure that's superstition. I think your family comes from a colder climate. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. And there wasn't really like mud medication. I'm a little bit upset because I think we'll see like the death of uh genuinely interesting like fucking words, uh wives' tales and stuff like that. Like, oh, my family. Yeah, and that's a problem because that's not just my family thinks this. No, there's a whole spectrum of people on the internet going, hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the other thing is, not only is it able to do more harm, but I also think some people are just willingly turning away from information. Like they have access to it and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna be stupid on purpose. And I get why they do it, but also, yeah, people will choose ignorance because ignorance is easier. Yeah, that's why I don't touch the computer science. They can stay away from me. Yeah. Look, the way I see it, until the computers can make the men pregnant, they're not that handy. I mean, I am using one right now. No, but an artist can just as easily do it. They aren't literally putting a worm in the men. I disagree. You might not be entirely familiar with this concept, but when a lot of trans people get top surgery, they don't get to keep their nipples unless the surgeon is particularly skilled at that. You know about the T guys losing their nipples? Yeah, I find that a funny concept. Yeah, very good, very educated lobster. Congratulations. Because, yeah, I'm pretty curious about that, but I'm like, why do you know that? Yeah, there's keyhole surgery and a lot of... Nice, nice. But yeah, my sister doesn't understand top surgery, so every now and again it will come up in a conversation. She thinks they just come off like Lego pieces. You just go, just pop them off. And I'm like, no, not really. Yeah, I do know. Uh, no, it's pretty wrong. It's quite considerably incorrect. Because, like, they put the tube in there and it sucks out all the unnecessary stuff. That's not quite the same as, like, cutting it off. Mastectomy. I don't know. Where do you get any of the information from? Yeah. Yeah. Damn. We'll do it together. I'm gonna keep suggesting this every time. It's like, well, we both need to do this thing. I'm gonna say, let's do it together. One day you're gonna say yes. One day it'll be something stupid. What's your opinion on cowlicks? No, no, I said cowlicks. Cowlicks. The hair type. The hair type. Yeah. Okay. I heard you say hug out, and I was like, what do you what? Okay. Cool. I hate to break this to you, but I'm also white. Damn. Okay, I forgot about that part. Yeah, you're right. I hate drawing hands. They make me upset. No, I don't like painting them either. I'm now employing my uber awesome technique of opening a multiply layer and doing the shadows on it. Because that way I can still keep some of the details in. I don't think I've ever played Cyberpunk. My understanding of it is it released and then it was shit immediately because it wasn't done. And then I was never interested in it again. Yeah, well, that usually tends to be the case. Yeah. Don't worry, my streams aren't really PG. I'm not sure how much of it you were there for last time, but we did date furniture. You're live and you don't even have like a thing. I should probably. I'll get your thing up. Oh, it's fine. You know I don't use the same. Uh, hold on. You know how I am. You have your own special little thing. The flesh creature, the fleshy lobster. because I'm not letting you do it with your number one. There we go. I wonder if that little flesh creature actually violates any of the Twitch code of conduct. Which one? The flesh creature, you can see it. Yeah. No, when I say fleshy, I don't mean like the color of skin. I mean fleshy as in it's kind of like chewed up chewing gum. Don't we all? Don't we all? Damn. There we go. You could draw. Oh, by the way, the French fuck did eventually see the foot. I'm sorry, what? Literally just those 3 words. I didn't clarify, but now that I think about it, I haven't sent it desaturated. Excuse me, one moment, while I further dig your grave and ruin your social circles. There we go. No, there are worse people I could have sent it to. Maybe I still will. I'll just drop it on the D&D group chat. Print it out and mail it to your house. Take a little picture of you and mock your signature and then send it to our old school. They won't invite you back for alumni talks. Not that they'd consider doing that anyway. I don't need to hear about your performance issues. I have this great issue with my characters, in which I have the 28th Monday, I believe so, because I go back on the 29th, which is a Tuesday. What are you doing next semester? I know. I know. I know. I'd like to let everyone know what I'm doing. You don't seem particularly good at following your own rules. Oh my god, my phone turned off again. Hello, Kyo. I am sick as a dog, but I don't bark like one. Oh, you can't hear Lobster. Thank God someone else was here. That does make sense. Hold on. Did you talk? You won't be heard on stream. I just want to see which on the audio mixer which one's picking up on you. Okay. Go again.
Bum 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 bum.
Right, you should be getting heard. Here, can you hear Lobster? Can you hear his beautiful voice? Oh, unpleasant and in my ears. Why do you exist? You can go.
You know what? No, I'm too tired. I'm gonna go lie down.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna continue
I'm
streaming.
literally just staring at my monitor doing nothing. At this point, I might as well try and get a nap or something.
I'm not even gonna do definition on the back of these hands. I don't like them. I don't like doing the back of hands. The back of hands are a nightmare to
Is the
me.
webbing.
No, I know. But I don't know where to draw the webbing on this occasion. Like, I know technically between the thumb and that finger there. But the rest of these, they're literally overlapped on top of each other.
And basically, the grooves like putting like between your fingers. You see how the last set of knuckles there? There's almost no like the indents are that deep.
Yeah, I know.
It's more flat until you get to the fingers, and the webbing actually goes almost halfway down, like a quarter of the way up the
I'm just gonna look at the reference image.
first phalanx of the hand.
I can just look at the reference image.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Ow.
See how far down the webbing goes on the
Yeah.
side? Yeah. And it starts at the knuckle, not behind the knuckle.
I wouldn't say that's the most pressing issue here, but it is an issue. I don't think a lot of people playing.
That's my tech support for today.
Okay.
All right.
What horrible tech support.
Thanks for also joining me earlier.
I don't
and
care.
thanks for babysitting chat.
Stop thanking me. I don't even get paid.
Woo!
Why does my phone keep turning off? This is ridiculous. Alright. Lobster gone? Good. I'm gonna get... Alright. Now I'm in my own voice channel on my own Discord. Rather than Lobster's. I could have left at any point. But I didn't. What was I doing? Does anyone know? Does anyone know anymore? I think what I need is music. That seems like a good idea, seeing as my brain is just barely holding together. I finally figured out his audio and then he left. I hate that guy. I need rat? No. I do not need rat, I need music. Alright, I have music now, which you guys shouldn't be able to hear, which is good, because then I don't get a copyright strike. Also, just so we're clear here, if I reach affiliate, and we do the rat rule, this is my official statement on the matter, it will not begin, like if I'm live and I reach affiliate, I will not do the rat thing on that stream. I would be doing the rat redeem system in the stream afterwards, when I've set it up as a feature, and like I've been like, alright, everyone can access that. Because that just seems more fair. Because I also want to do like channel redeem things and stuff like that, like with the actual watch points. Is that fair? I'm saying it on my account, on my channel. I will do one rat every 2 gifted subs, and a bonus third one if you give it, and like a bonus one if you do it in a group of 10 gifted. Hello, Barry. Not only am I sick, but I'm also live. It's only a stream. And we're doing hands. Except I've put a lot of love and attention into this hand here on the right, and I will not be doing the same on the hand on the left. We're gonna do 1 rat per 2 gifted. Because I think if I do 2 rats per 1 gifted, I'll go insane. Those hands look great. Thank you, Barry. I've just been informed by Lobster that I haven't done enough webbing, so I have to fix that up. And you know what? I don't think he even knows. I'm painting with his corpse. Excellent brush, by the way. It's got, like, solid bits, and then it's also got a bit of fluff on the edges. It's great. So yeah, it'll be... Hold on, how can I best do this? 2 sub. 1 rat. Alright. And then if you gift 10 or more in like a group, I don't know how I'm going to describe that properly in one go, because I'm still trying to figure out how words work. 10 or more in one go, you get bonus rat per 10. There we go. That will be how it will happen. And it won't be in the... If I get the followers that I need on stream, it will not be that stream. It will be the stream afterwards. So I have time to set up channel point redeems as well. So that people who aren't spending money also have something that makes them feel a little bit special. I'm all about equality, famously. I don't think the webbing is the issue that is happening with this piece. I'm going to ignore what Lobster said, actually. Because the actual issue is that the knuckles don't have any definition. Because, like, the way I've drawn this hand, there's not really a gap here in the first place. I'll recognize my own issues, thank you very much. Okay. Don't really know how to solve my lack of knuckle definition, but we'll get there. Oh, stop that, Medibag. You love painting hands? Are you a masochist, perchance? Because I don't enjoy painting hands. I just wanted to prove to myself that I was capable of it. You know what? That's fine. Okay, where do these wrinkles go? This one in particular, it was really hard for me to figure out where the wrinkles were meant to go. Because this bend and this bend seem too close together. Alright. First of all, oh my god, why is it on there? I'm having a time. No, it's the wrong layout. Still the wrong layout. There we go. So, I have a massive struggle with motivation to keep doing art if I'm not painting characters from my novels. So I actually am doing this with it in mind that I know who these two fucks are. Which means after I do this, I get the joy of putting gloves over this hand. Because the character very rarely has his gloves off. He's actually quite adverse to touch. Touch makes him scared. He's also he craves touch and he can't touch people without having consequences. Without spoiling anything. Alright. Need more shadow over here, methinks. Ugh. There we go. Epic. Okay. There's definitely a bit of wrinklage on this bend here on this finger. I don't think there should actually be wrinklage in this area, though. These areas need to focus on being the knuckles. Oh my god, I think I need to blow my nose. Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna mute my mic for a second. Mute my mic because I have a cold. I would never make you hear me go through blowing my nose. Drinking, eating, making tea, that's fine. But, blowing nose is a bit far. Bit gross. Especially because, not to do a bit of TMI or anything, but my sickness has actually caused me to have a bit of blood come out of my nose as well. And it's not a fun sound, and it's not a fun feeling, and I wish it would stop. I'm sick of being sick, and I'm gonna blame lobster for it because I can. Ugh. I think stream might have just crashed. Either that or my phone did. One of the two. Always blame the lobster. Exactly. So my phone. Stream is good on your side. Alright, then it was my phone. Ah, hunk of junk. And then the issue with this one is that this isn't actually the end of the finger. This is more bendy. Making it look quite cursed, to be honest. I think I need to show a little bit of finger beneath it, is the issue. Barry, do you have any tips for rendering hands? Because I won't lie, I'm a relatively novice painter. If it wasn't abundantly clear. Okay, this one has it about there. Mind you, I never think it has to be perfect or anything like that. I'm literally just... As long as it translates as being a hand, it's fine. Your eyes are still mostly closed, so you're probably busy if you have to ban someone. That's fine. This is a pretty chill stream, I'd say. As in, I can probably do it myself. Just bring in a little bit more of a flesh color to this character. Because he's not like grey, he's not a corpse. He just happens to not be fully alive, but that's fine. I'm really happy with this thumb and like none of the other fingers. But then I look at the reference photo and I'm like, actually it's fine. It's fine, good enough. Okay. Oh, this will probably be a relatively short stream if that wasn't clear. I'll make it to 2 hours and then I'll probably go, and then I'll bath. Contrast in color and hard and soft edges is what you tend to focus on. Yeah, that makes sense. I've been really trying to have a lot of depth when I do skin color, which I struggle to do with lighter toned skins. But that's fine. I'm really happy with this hand situation, so I don't really care about this other one. He can look like a corpse, it's whatever. The fingers don't have to be perfect, he's barely human in the first place. Alright, and the other thing is, this area, like, here, I think is going to be covered by the sleeve. Alright, time to begin to mark where that is. Well, I think hands in particular, especially the back of the hand, it has quite a bit of texture to it, but it's not like it doesn't define the grooves very well. I don't know. I think we should get rid of having the back of hands. Just palms, nothing else. Okay. That sort of begins just there. That's a bit much. Okay. And that's also a bit much. Sorry, I might not have as many words to say while I'm blocking out where this goes. Hold on. That's not the right shape. Sorry. And we're good. No, we're not. Hold on. Let me just cough. It's not going well. It's not going well at all. It's very like phlegmy cough as well, and I don't want to choke. So it's a lot of fun. You're back, hi Reaper. Nothing horrible is happening. I just have to double check that my mic was turned on. Ah, oh, it's not scuffed. We're so back. Alright, so that sort of needs to go like that. No, so, okay. That, roughly. There we go. You're a bit tired, but hey, if you fall asleep, it happens. Yeah, that's fair. This will only be like a 2-hour stream. I'm too sick, my body can't handle it. Then I want to have a bath. Alright. Jumper time. Yeah, it's still not a very satisfying shape, but I think that's because of the fold here. God damn it, clothes. I hate doing clothes as well. I don't particularly enjoy art sometimes. That's the real takeaway here. Okay, so we've got this sort of tube-like cuff. And then it goes into a more puffy sleeve. Like that. And I won't be doing it in red like in the reference image. Mostly because it will be a pink top. It will be a different pink because this pink is ugly. Time to experiment with pinks. No, not that one. Go back to the original pink. Desaturate it. There we go. That should work a bit better. Alright. So what I've been developing when I look at sleeves is you usually have the different way the shapes come out. You have a few clothing fold references. I mean, it's all, yeah. Clothing folds make you want to chew out your drawing tablet real. It's not just that you need the clothing fold references, you need to fundamentally understand where the light is going and how it's hitting it. And then if you're also not looking at the texture, like if you look at this one, the actual grain of the stitch, it's going in crosses, so it's relatively easy. This one has the downward lines. It's ribbed. I will probably draw the ribs because I enjoy doing that, but it's a whole other nightmare. What I'm really interested in is so over here, there's like a dark shadow. Well, excuse me. Alright, why is that not showing up? Alright. You have like the darker color, then you have a light color where the light's hitting it, and then you get the actual color of the jumper, which is sort of in between. It's a metal tone. And so you pretty quickly get a sense of how that outfit looks, or like how the fabric hits the light. Now, doing pinks and reds is a whole other story. And that's the other thing with clothing. Not only does the fabric of the material matter, but the color of the material does too. You can't just color it all the same and hope it turns out nicely. And this, of course, isn't a pink sleeve, so I have to do quite a bit of guesswork as someone who also very rarely wears pink in the first place. It should be fine. Alright. There's a heavier shadow over here than there is over here, so that's the first thing I need to think about. Let's also get that in too, and then I'll do a much harsher contrast. There we go. That begins to sort of say where the jumper begins and ends. Then we'll carve out that shape. And how does that curve as well? So over here you can see a bit of the sleeve like tube continues around where that cut off line is. So instead of doing that shape over here, it just cuts off. So I'm not thinking about showing what's on the other side. I'm just continuing. Okay. There we go. That sort of begins to block in the shadows of the bottom of the sleeve. And then the way the shape of this one's going. And in case you're wondering what the lighting situation is on this, the sort of rim lights on this character's hand isn't coming from a light source necessarily. It's just there because he's kind of magical and whimsy. His clothes don't need to have that. That's right, law justification for bad art. Ha ha. Okay. There's a sort of shape going on like that. It's kind of round. And then it puffs out. Delightful. And then there's a sort of theme of some kind goes there. And there's a lot of shadow over here. And I'm using this color. This isn't I don't think this will be the final sort of shadow color I use. I'm just using it to block out where the shadows are in the first place. You don't need to go in too harsh off the get-go. You can take your time. There we go. Lovely jubbly. And this also tells me where I need to do the ribbing from. Which is another vital detail. Alright, now we're going to do some very focused ribbing. And if you look over here, you can barely see the ribbing over there. So I might actually signify that by switching to a darker color. That's a little more defined for over here. So I'm doing my favorite thing where I say here a lot. But you guys can see the screen, so it's fine. I, of course, do not give a shit about straight lines. Who needs the lines to be straight? That's some boxed up thinking. Is stream even capturing this? Or is that my phone being stupid? It's quite possible. Yeah. Oh, phone, be polite and well-mannered and behaved so I can read chat. Not fun. Not fun at all. Also, let me know if I need to be louder or anything. I can't really measure my voice at all when I'm sick. All I hear is gravel. My mom was telling me earlier that she's worried I'm going to lose my voice, and I'm like, yeah, a valid concern, actually. No, that's too monkey. Turn up my correction. The other thing about ribbing is that you don't need to do it in full lines like I am. You can just kind of dash along. Which I actually prefer the look of, so I might actually swap to that. But I try not to get too obsessed with it because over here I have stitches, which is a very similar look to the disconnected lines. Oh, what fun we had. Alright, there we go. God, it's a lot of work. I'm also not using the ribbing as effectively as I could be using it to show where the fabric curves. Because, like, this is much more 3D than over on the left. That's fine. It's all good. Everything will be okay. Crisis mode does not need to activate. It's a good thing I'm not presenting this to any art critics. No one show Lobter. Also, a lot of this ribbing will be hidden by the shading I'm going to do over it in a second. Just good to have the idea, like a suggestion of texture. Okay. Ready to shift that again. And it begins. Alright. Make it very dark and very blue. Gotta have them cool shadows. Don't want any of them weird or freak not cool shadows. They're uncool. Then we'll bung in some red. There's some sort of... There we go. Then we'll take to our pink, but we'll saturate it a little more. Very nice, very nice. Actually not very nice, but you know. It's not for art critics, it's for me. Okay. I'm having so fun doing fabric. And once again, my phone is not playing the stream, because why would it? Oh well. On Friday, I will be doing fishing, by the way. And then every now and again I'll try doing Sims a bit more frequently as well. Because I do enjoy playing Sims. I don't want to put too many streams on my stream timetable, which I'm trying to become obedient to. I don't want to set the expectations to be too high. Especially because I'm making decisions while I'm deviously ill. La 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 la. Hello, Reaper. What have you to say? If I'm doing something wrong, I don't mind. You came up with a VTuber model idea? Share your idea. A samurai model add-on, only horns and cat ears and 9 foxtails. That's a cool idea. It's a lot happening all at once, but I think depending on how you stylize it, that could be really cool. You want to avoid like making it too crazy. Would you be making the model yourself, or do you reckon you'll get someone else to do it? Or do you like know how to rig already? Concentrating. You just need to learn hands and feet and faces and symmetrical eyes and hair and owning masks and yeah. Either that or you need a lot of money. Okay. Ribbed for pleasure. Now that down there will be getting... I'll just combine those now, it's fine. I'll regret that later. It's perfectly delightful. Because it's part of that shadow system. Oh. It's fine. It's all fine and dandy. You'll make it yourself when you learn how to draw some proper shit, yeah. You'll be on a 1,000 year journey. I recommend filming bits of it if you can, so then you can have like a YouTube video where you're like, this is how I made my VTuber model. And also make your sister give you help real. Free labor. Okay. I'll just get a little bit of it in here. Why not? Bit of yellow, bit of brightness. Delicious. Can't make videos and put them onto YouTube? Why? They might be seen by your colleagues and then you'd be called Moro Aguna. But your face won't be on there. And you don't need to put your name on there either. This sounds like a skill issue. Okay, then I get that pink again. Make it a little brighter. You think you have your YouTube linked on your Discord for a file? Unlink it then. Once again, skill issue. I have like 3 YouTube accounts technically. Because I use them all for different purposes. One for setting fires. That's it. No. Keyword had. Oh, you had your Reddit link. Oh. Reaper, don't link your Reddit to anything. No one wants to see that. You will lose your job. Okay. You didn't know you could see what a person commented on? Jesus Christ. That does not sound like a good... I don't even want to know this story. I mean, I kind of want to know the story, but I also deeply don't, and I think I will judge you as a person forever if I find out, so I think I will not ask questions. Okay. Delightful. Oh, hello, Win. Hello. One of your friends got bored. Did your friend rat you out? Oh, Reaper, that's so sad. Okay. Do a little save of the file. We'll work for a bit. Cool. I do apologize that how horrible my voice sounds. And every now and again, I'm going to go on mute so I can blow my nose. I'm wondering if it would have been a better idea to have my little thing. Your friend was in a call group with 3 to 4 others. Was it peer pressure or was it boredom? Or was it just being the butt of a joke? Could be anything. Are you still friends with that person? Because it would be cool if you weren't. Not quite like that. Delightful. You don't even know what you have in your bio? I feel like that's an important thing to check. Uh, I do think having a lot of time with VR chat already sort of cements you as being a stranger person. Yeah, the games you play and the things you draw. Oh, I can't breathe properly. It's not fun. I don't recommend getting sick, guys. There are more suspicious games than VR chat, but I do think I would say I know many people who use VR chat who are kind of freaks in some way. I'll put it like that. There's nothing wrong with it, but also there might be. La la la. Then I get the Japanese pattern out so I can have the checkerboard. There we go. Size much smaller. Cool. Clipping. Nice. Am I the oldest sibling in the family? No, I'm a middle child. And by middle child, I mean there's a 3 year gap between myself and my older sister, and then there's 20 years between me and my baby sibling. So it's like I'm the middle child technically, but I was raised as I have younger sibling mentality technically. And that's not including though like I've had half siblings, I've had step siblings. I have half siblings. My baby brother is my half sibling, but I've also had like step siblings. I have been the only child in the house. I have been the oldest child in the house, and I've been the youngest. So really, it's like I relate to everyone who has a sibling and who doesn't have a sibling. I like the universal domestic. Hey, God damn it, his head looks so good, and then his is like kind of shit. Oh well. Ah well, you win some, you lose some. I might be able to fix it here. What kind of fuck was it be like that? Ugh. I can alternatively make it warmer. Yeah, that might be okay. Oh. Ill. You're a middle child with a 4-year gap between you and your older brother and 10 years between you and your baby sister, but a 9-year gap between you and your... Ah, okay. I see. Is it just you and your sister who do art, or does your brother also do art? I presume your like baby sister doesn't do art. I mean mine, but I don't know. I don't want to presume. No? Okay. Thank God he doesn't do art. Are you worried he'd be really good, or do you think he'd draw something suspicious? Now, what I need to do is I need to duplicate that. Nope. First color. Darken. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. He's the top one Guna, you know. Damn. That's crazy. I'm surprised the number one Guna isn't Lobda. Although, would you say you know Lobda or you just watch it? You're afraid of what he might draw. Who? Lobda. Am I Lobda? He's probably the number one Guna that I know. They had to, like, drag him out of school because he was gooning so hard. Oh, well, that's what you think, but I know him IRL. There have been complaints about that man. Well, yeah. People who know others IRL know the real side. Exactly. Which is why if you're ever unsure about who Lobda is as a person, you could ask me, and I'll tell the truth. Which is something he never does. You should never trust anything he says. Okay. That's fine. Oh, I can even just... Yes, excellent. Is that Clip Studio? No. I use Medibang. It is free. I pay a little bit of money because I've been using it for so long. Yeah, I live in a world where everyone's using Clip Studio, Ibis Paint, Critter, but no, I use Medibang. Medibang with an A. You were close, yeah. Okay. What now? I think I will draw some burning buildings. Burning buildings are fun. Actually, first I'll go here and I'll continue to erase bits that I don't like. Good. So go there. Just a bit of neatness, it's fine. It doesn't need to be perfect. Nothing ever needs to be perfect. How the hell did that happen? And more importantly, when did that happen? Oh, well. You might end up making a new vocabulary just to make engravings. What? Oh yeah, your writing is fully hieroglyphs. I have no idea how anyone could have handwriting that bad. Is what I would think if I hadn't think how you hold the goddamn pencil. And there we get slightly lighter. Not quite that much. Probably about there, I imagine, on the color spectrum. You can write normal, but when you write like that, you're rushed. Hold on. You write like that when you're rushed or don't care about the subject. If you don't care about the subject, why even write the notes? That's my hot take for the day. Okay. Just get that as well. Alright, let's draw some lights in. Time to do a city getting destroyed. It was a tactic to get out of trouble since your teachers would say, why you're not writing anything. I see. That's fair then. Adapt, improvise, overcome. La 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 la. And if you're wondering why I'm not putting much effort into making these windows look nice, it's because I'm going to set fire to these buildings. So, it really especially doesn't need to be perfect. Just broken. I'm an expert architect. Can I give tips on hair? Or fur? I can give you verbatim what my year 7 teacher said, which was, you're showing you don't need to do more. So when people do fur, they tend to think, oh yeah, I'll do each individual strand. But really, you just need the rough shape and then maybe a little bit of outline, rather than like actively trying to draw every detail. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose again. Oh, my god, it wasn't even this bad yesterday. Well, the good news is that my nose feels much better now. For now. It will become clogged again, I presume. It's been the few times I've managed to get my sinuses clear. Yeah, just do a rough shape. You don't even need to like outline it perfectly. You just need to think when you look at something furry, you're not counting the furs. Less is more. It also depends on what kind of fur you're drawing. So get lots of references for the specific kind you're trying to depict. Because like you don't want to draw cat fur for a dog. More wiry on a dog. Foxtail fur. Well, I can't tell you how to do foxtail fur because I've not really drawn foxes before. What I just mean, you need to take the time to research it so you're familiar with the texture. Okay. Next layer. Your sister does draw foxes since her PNG is a fox and new controller. Cool. You have the perfect person to ask. I wish lights in buildings really did look like this. Be sick. Boom. Time saved. La 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 la, hard and soft shapes. It's all chill. Wait, no bongo cat, but the bongo is a controller and the cat is a fox. Right. What? Your sister sounds like she has a crazy imagination. Oh, body hurt. Body hurt real bad. I kind of wish I had a bath bomb. It's been a while since I've used one. Also, I'm aware that there's like a gap there, but because I'm operating using a low opacity brush, it won't look good if I go over it. And I can't be bothered to redo it, so you win some, you don't win some. Actually, I will just get rid of it. I only need the first two layers for repeating them. Ugh. Sort of like an abstract American flag, really. Delightful. The drum thing? What about the drum thing? So more lights in there. The drum is the controller, yeah. I did figure. It's quite imaginative. Tasty shapes. Okay. Oh fuck, I forgot that. I've done that directly on that layer. I actually need that to be on a new one. Excuse me. When she talks, the fact that the fox taps the controller. That's so cool. Did she code that herself, or is it using a particular extension? Wait, what am I talking about? Ignore me, I understood that. I'm sick. My favorite excuse. Yeah, I think I know what's happening there. This is famously what lights on buildings look like. Famously. Why am I building so many buildings? It's a city! And also, again, I'm going to destroy quite a few of them. I just need it for having background depths. Also, I find it relaxing to do these windows in this particular style. The big windows. For the hands, yeah, bit of a background. Well, I think I might read a book tonight. I read a book the other day called Don't Let the Forest In. And that was pretty good. And then I was researching the author and I went, God damn it, it's happened again. Because when I read a book, I'll enjoy it. But I've come to realize that a lot of the authors I read happen to also have autism. And this is good, except I read and then I adapt certain stylistic traits. And I feel like I don't want people to read my work, think I have autism, and then find out I don't have autism. I want it to be very transparent. I don't want to accidentally imitate what people are doing. It's quite a thing to balance. Because I find a lot of authors with autism have a beautiful imagination, and I just don't want to copy what they're doing. What book? Don't Let the Forest In by something Drews. Hold on. Don't let the forest in. C.G. Drews. It was a pretty fun book. It's not like top 5 books, but it's pretty good. There you go. That's the book. Where am I? I am from ancient Greece. Make it cool. There we go. Then need to darken this. I'll darken that a little bit as well, because I want depths. Delightful. Do I have any horror books? Oh, that's a horror book. Then, hold on. Let me go here. This one, The Wasp Factory by Ian Banks, is sort of like horror thriller, psychological. And then I'll just also just say the Magnus Archives. That's it. That's because the actual Jonathan Sims, who wrote the Magnus Archives, he also has some books that he's released. So you could also just look through the writers of the podcast series, and you'll find a whole bunch of stuff as well. Other than that, I enjoy horror elements, but I don't necessarily read it. It's very tropey. I prefer psychological books, or to create my own horror out of the mundane. Okay. Perfect. Start by doing that. Take those buildings apart, destroy them, smash them into pieces. Let's get some flames. La 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 la. That should be more than this color. Doesn't need to be perfectly detailed, just needs to get the story across. As I always say, perfection is overrated. Do I have any favorite horror stories? The Monster Factory, but yeah. I've never been able to get super into analog horror. I don't know why. Cool, epic. Next layer. What was that about analog? I've never quite been able to get into it. There's nothing wrong with it. I just haven't been able to really go, yes, I'm going to sit here and willingly watch this. But if you have any recommendations, I'm happy to give it another try. I won't do that. Keep it simple. Then I get to smoking. It's the wrong brush. I wanted that one. You have the Mandela catalog. Yeah, I've heard of those ones. I wasn't able to really fuck with them hard enough. I got bored. There we go. Oh, that's the wrong brush. It's fine, it can stay. It's just the wrong brush. I mean, some analogs you just watch a guy review them and then saw them if they piqued your interest. Yeah, that makes sense. Who did you watch to like get your sense of what you were going to see? Oh, don't need that color. Alright, I'll let you find the guy. Yeah, juicy chaos. Delicious. Mortal Marcus. I think the last time I really paid attention to analog horror it was through Jack Manifold. Do I play any horror games? Not really. Too broke for horror games. Happy to play them on stream. I don't recommend Five Nights at Freddy's. I find that game incredibly boring and not very well written for my attention span. Because I care so much about story, and a lot of horror games are literally about evoking a particular feeling. So I would say that I write somewhat horrific perspectives in my own writing, and I read things that have elements of horror. But the actual. I, I need there to be a good story. If there's a shit story in the horror game, I don't care. Don't want to read it. I don't think I have any horror games currently installed as well. Ah, wrong brush. Eek. Lots of clicking sounds now. You play Far From Land, which is something close to Five Nights at Freddy's, but has much better gameplay. Cool. What are the gameplay mechanics, and does it have a good story? I love painting stars, not painting. This is more drawing. I like making sky. La 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 la. And to think that's the reference image. Chaos. Excellent. You played. Oh, yeah, I already read that message. That might be. You're a guy who needs to ship some animatronics, and the ship breaks from time to time, which you have to fix. Ah, right. I can ship animatronics without a boat. Why do I need to fix it from breaking down? There we go. La 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 la. I'm having so much fun. Nope, not what I meant. Set that to circular. Gotta add some texture to this. Potentially just there. Because then we don't lose texturing in the painting. Very fun. Okay. You don't want to spoil it, but you could give a short explanation. Yeah, you can do what you feel like. I don't mind. Oh, wait, I forgot. Here's a little life hack for visibility and making sure people know it's your work. Really just make sure your signature is there. No, I won't. Maybe I should. I don't know. I think I'll do it like this. I think I'll just do it in black and white. It's time to put it on the Discord servers. Bringing violence, my favorite vibe. So I imagine Gear will still be streaming in the next 15 minutes. Because I'm going to stream to 2 hours. And then I'm probably going to go to bed. And I'll probably raid Gear. So nothing tragic happened. Put that there. Bit of fun. Sorry, this is a really boring part because I'm on Discord and you can't see my Discord. Haha. No Discord for you. And then I'll give it. I'll do a color version over here. There we go. Nice and slow. So, alright. So you sail the ship and there are 7 voyages. But in total there are 13 because you have levels in between. And the main character has a brother who in voyage 7 you find out there's an animatronic called Leviathan who kills the brother and you have to crush the ship. Damn. But do you like... Is the brother a child or is the brother like a full-fledged character? Because I find it difficult to empathize with children in a lot of fictional media just because they don't really exist as a character. They're just there to have empathy because they're a young child. But I'm too writer brain, so you need to set up that child to have potential, otherwise I just don't care. Hands and fire and chaos. Oh. It just occurred to me I have not turned my brightness up the whole way for any of this process. So I'm sure nothing horrible has happened. Ah, there's a problem. That's probably fine. Save that again. Both adults, cool. Oh, god damn it, Medibang is crashing. No! Of course it's crashing. Medibang usually doesn't crash. Like, I've had a really good run with it. There we go. It didn't finish crashing. It saved. Goody. Goody goody gumdrops. But sometimes it'll just demolish itself for no reason. Alright. And with reference as well. With reference. And now I can have fun with it. This is truly the joy of my life. Someday I should probably do something like this, but I draw it all on one layer. I can't really draw a burning city in the same way on one layer, but still. You're done with horror? Nice. What are you going to move on to instead? Oh fuck, I'm not doing gloved hands today. I know I was going to, but because I instead made his hands somewhat transparent. But for doing gloves, you're just thinking about, it always depends on the material of the glove, but it will always alter the silhouette. And it's a really good way to sort of characterize hands. It's like, if you have like big boxy gloves, well, not good on that brush. Oh my god. Excuse me. Let me get my bite across. Bear in mind, this is not what hands are meant to look like. But if you have big glove and then tiny hand, you can really get a lot of difference there. Whereas when you, Jesus Christ, when you're doing a leather hand, you've got a much darker color and it's much more wrapped to the hand, and you're focusing on where the highlights and wrinkles go, and they're quite sparingly done, really. This is not good reference material. I do apologize. Because leather is shiny. I believe my DMs are open. Ah, crap. No ref. Don't want the ref. I just want to have fun. Let's see if Medibang will crash this time. It says it's not responding. Get to just sit and wait. There we go. It did work out. Fine. Okay. There we go. Duplicate reverse color. Oh, I should probably close this. Yeah, my eyes. Ah, that turned up the contrast quite a bit. Oh, motion blur. But done manually, because there's actually already a motion blur function. La 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 la. Oh, there we go. Get the checkerboard in. I need to go back because I forgot to do it transparently. There we go. Extra detail, extra grit. Also do this with overlay. Multiply. Oh crap. Is that my phone or is that the stream? Ah, I see. But those aren't really gloves. Those are actually my sister has those technically. But you'd be looking more into like metal. I think. Be looking more into how metals are rendered. Let me see if I could just pull up my sister's nails that she has. Her nail rings, I think. I think that's what they're called. It's possible I won't be able to find one. No. Alright, too hard. Too much effort. Wait, no, that can't be right. I just need to scroll down a bit more, maybe. The party that Lobster a while ago, Lobster and I went to a party. A while ago, Lobster and I went to a party my sister hosted, and she had these long metal claws. And I think finding like real images, not just drawings of what the actual items are, will help you. I want TV static. Not chromatic aberration, but it's still fun to play with. TV static overlay. Cool. All right. Ooh yeah, baby. Ooh yeah. Delightful. I think I want more chromatic aberration. There we go. Texture gone, but new texture found. You don't know what to call the finger thing, yeah. You're gonna have to just learn a whole bunch about clothes. It's a cool mask though that you sent as well. Alright, do I put this into rough work or spitballing? Put it into spitballing. More chaos. There we go. Alright. That brings us to almost 2 hours. And then 3 minutes, and then I'm going to probably raid gear, so I might check how he's doing. He appears to be lost in the sauce, as they say. Still working very hard. You have a thing for Asian things? I believe most of those things are specifically Japanese. I do recommend becoming, like having a genuine interest in what you're able to represent as a creator. So rather than just going, I like Asian things, I'm going to depict Asian things, but actually doing the research and presenting it in a way that is respectful to the culture, whichever culture it is that you're representing. It looks like it will be Japanese, based on what you've sent so far. And it doesn't mean that you have to like learn Japanese or know the exact origin of where the different things came from. It just means you have to like, if you don't know what it's called, learn what it's called, learn how it was used, and if it's like a horrible omen, maybe don't make it your thing. I don't think any of those things are associated with bad omens, but when you're adopting things from other cultures, it's good to be well researched. Not to lecture you or anything. Yeah, when you have time. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, alright. Sorry. Let me just cough real quick. I am well and truly losing my voice. Oh my god. It should be fine. I think we're gonna raid out because I can't speak. It's going so well. Got that streaming grind. Alright. Yep, that's 2 hours hit. Time to raid. Time to raid. Alright. We'll be going to Gearworks Productions. Yeah. Alright. Thank you for coming. It's lovely to see you and everyone else who came, even if it was just for a little pop in the head and whatnot. Always nice to stream. Alright. We're gonna raid. Bye bye.